Hey guys, welcome. Today is the first episode of the Talking series and the first episode of Talking Sports. Today I'm going to be talking about, I know a lot of this is kind of outdated, and some of the topics I will talk about are somewhat outdated. But this goes back to the off season, the NFL off season. It was announced that the Oakland Raiders would move to Las Vegas after getting approval from the other owners in the league with a 31-1 vote. The NFL has given Mark Davis the green light to go ahead and move the team to Las Vegas. Now, here's my personal thoughts on it, and it, in a way, it fucking pisses me off because say what you want, but this is my theory on what happened. Okay, I've been following this for a long time, and I was one of those people that I wanted the Raiders to stay in Oakland. As you know, their stadium that they're in, Oakland Coliseum as it is, of course, they share it with the Oakland Athletics. And that stadium is a piece of shit. And I understand that. Oakland is going through a lot of shit right now because they're about, in a couple of years, they won't have an NFL team. And then it's also announced that the Golden State Warriors will be moving to the other side of the bay in San Francisco and be renamed, go back to their original name, which was the San Francisco Warriors. So, in the end, Oakland is only going to have a baseball team, the Athletics. I don't know what the Athletics are going to do. I think they, too, have been wanting a new stadium. So, but I don't know. But, okay, but Oakland Coliseum needs to be torn down. Like, that stadium is just a fucking shithole. And it's ran its course. And originally the city of Oakland, the mayor of Oakland, Libby Schaaf, did everything she could to keep the Raiders in Oakland. She put up a fight, and the fans tried to put up the fight, and it's just, you know, and with Ronnie Lott and all of them, they actually had a stadium plan. The city of Oakland approved it, and they already had a plan in sight where they were going to have, I believe one of the plans was the Raiders were going to get their own stadium, a new stadium specifically for them, as well as the Athletics getting a new ballpark. And I think Oracle Arena was going to be in the middle of it. And one of them was the Raiders getting a new stadium and the rest being a housing development, something like that. Or right where Oakland Coliseum is right now. So if it did get approved, the Raiders and Athletics would just continue to play in Oakland Coliseum until those two new stadiums were finished. And then they'd move out and that stadium would be demolished. So getting back to what I was saying, there's a lot of shit I gotta say about this. Okay, starting at the beginning of the year, it's like January 2017, one of the investors for that Mark Davis had, Sheldon Adelson, withdrew his money from the project. Now, from what I heard, when the Raiders filed the paperwork to relocate, Sheldon Adelson's name wasn't on the paperwork. And so he felt like that Mark Davis, and I'm just going on rumors here, stabbed him in the back. And so that's why he withdrew his money and backed out of the project. So right there, right fucking there, and the city of Oakland was doing their thing, to get the project, everything, to get ready. They had the stadium plan and everything, and when Sheldon Adelson withdrew his money, why Mark Davis should have been like, okay, it's not going to work. Okay, he just withdrew. You know what? Let's take a look at Oakland. If the city of Oakland wasn't making any progress and wasn't putting up a fight to keep their team, then I would understand. But what does fucking Mark Davis do? He takes out a fucking loan from Bank of America to cover that gap that Sheldon Adelson left. So here's Bank of America loaning Mark Davis millions of dollars to do this. So now Mark Davis has to make payments to Bank of America for I don't know how many fucking years. He's going to have to pay off all that fucking debt. Whereas, if he would have just stayed with Oakland, if he would have talked with Oakland, he wouldn't have to worry about making payments. They wouldn't have had to file a relocation fee. It was just cheaper. But no, he has to take out a loan from Bank of America, and because he will not stop at nothing to move the Raiders to Vegas. And I'll be honest with you, there's a lot of shit to do in Las Vegas, and most people go down there to gamble or go to the strip clubs or whatever the fuck, or to bang prostitutes. I mean, I'm talking about, outside of Clark County, because of Clark County, the county that Vegas is in, it's illegal, and that gets me into another thing. And we're probably going to see a preview of this because last year, the NHL granted Vegas an expansion team. So we got the Vegas Golden Knights. Yeah, the Vegas Golden Knights. They're not the Las Vegas Golden Knights for some fucking reason. But, so we got the Vegas Golden Knights there. And I'm fucking curious to see how these hockey players are going to act in Sin City. I mean, the place is called fucking Sin City, for God's sakes. No pun intended. But, okay, just ignore what I just fucking said. But, okay, Nevada, of course, everybody knows Nevada is the only state in the United States that has legalized prostitution. And I even saw an ad from that HBO show, Bunny, what is it, Cat House or whatever, fucking, that those girls at the Bunny Ranch are just fucking wearing Raiders jerseys and shit. And, you know, I wonder what football player I can bang when they get over here, you know? That's another thing. NFL has always been family friendly. And you're taking them to a state that has legalized prostitution, that, you know, that just, you know, and sorry, I'm mixing my words here, but you know, a lot of people are going to say, well, it's illegal in Clark County. Well, shit, how hard is it going to be for some of these people, some of these players, to hop in a car and drive out of the fucking county? Yeah, it's illegal in Clark County, but all they got to do is drive out of the county and boom, it's legal. So that's what I'm fucking wondering. Watch the headlines. You're going to see the headlines from the NHL or the NFL when the Raiders move to Vegas. You're going to see the headlines. Pro athlete caught soliciting prostitutes in Nevada. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. That's going to happen. So, I don't know why the fuck he was so hell-bent on moving the Raiders to Vegas. But it's all said and done. And, you know, they say, oh, the NFL only cares about money, which is fucking true, but I mean, it makes you wonder if they're like fucking, you know, it's like you're taking them to a state, that has legalized prostitution. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen. You know, I'm going to see what's going to happen. So that's my take on it. I told myself, you know, okay, because the original plan was maybe moving the Raiders back to LA. And I told myself, okay, if Oakland can't come up with a plan to get them a new stadium, then I would say, okay, move them back to LA. But that door closed when the Chargers owner, I think his name's Dean Spanos, I believe, decided to move the Chargers back to LA because they did play there for one season and then they moved to San Diego. I think it's just because they didn't have a stadium in San Diego at the time, but yeah, that's my theory on it. So we'll see what happens. Right now, this is the funny part. I think Mark Davis only has a lease with Oakland Coliseum through 2018. I think it is. So it makes you wonder where the Raiders are going to play for the 2019 season, because their stadium isn't going to be done yet. So, and it just depends. He's either got to squeeze one more year out at Oakland Coliseum or he's fucked. So that's where I'm going with. Now, as for me, I don't live in Oakland. I don't, but I've never been a huge fan of change, especially moving a fucking team to Las Vegas. You know, and it just fucking pisses me off that Oakland put up a fight to keep the Raiders there, and Mark Davis just completely gave them the cold shoulder, just completely turned his back to them. And they even sent in the paperwork to Mayor Libby Schaaf, the mayor of Oakland, even sent in paperwork, a letter to Roger Goodell. Please do not let Mark Davis move the team to Vegas. We have a plan. We have a stadium plan all set. It's all set. All we need is to convince Mark Davis to please stay in Oakland. But unfortunately, it's just all about money. And of course, the owners voted yes because, except for one, because they don't give a shit. I mean, if an owner wanted to move a team to fucking, I don't know, Antarctica, they probably all fucking vote yes on it. So who the fuck knows? But, or even up to Alaska or Hawaii, whatever, you know. Or to fucking the smallest city in the United States. But, of course, there was one guy that did vote no, and that was the owner of the Miami Dolphins, which I thank him for voting no. As he said, he believes that Mark Davis did not research enough, look into options for Oakland to keep the team in Oakland, and so that's one of the reasons why he voted no. That's what I've looked up. So there's that, and it just irritates me. Yeah, I mean I don't live in Oakland. I don't live anywhere near Oakland. I live way up north. Here in Oregon, but still, I mean, there's a lot of people. I mean, fuck, we're called Raider Nation, for God's sakes. What does that tell you? That there are Raider fans not just in Oakland. I mean, that there's Raider fans all over the United States. And so that's where I am right now, and it just sucks. I mean, yes, I will still be a Raiders fan, even when they moved to Las Vegas, and but still it just pisses me off. I hope maybe one day they will move back to Oakland, but who the fuck knows? So yeah, that's my take on it. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 1 of Talking Sports. Thank you guys for watching this. And like and subscribe. Every like and subscribe does me better. So, please hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Help me get out there into the world. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching, and I will see you next time on the next episode of Talking Sports, or episode whatever. My next video on Talking Sports is going to be about the Chicago Cubs winning the World Series for the first time in 108 years. So, I will be going over that. So, anyways, guys, I'm going to have to wrap up this video, but thank you for watching. Vlad Mavis out.